Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Wednesday Wisdom. My name is JB Hilliard, and these are short video snippets designed to answer questions that you may have about estate planning or probate. Forgive me for having to adjust my glasses. For this week, I thought it would be helpful to discuss funeral planning. Now, I know most of us out here don't really want to think about our own funerals or memorial services or the end of our own lives, but it's really an essential part of your overall estate planning. And even though there are still some people out there that say or think that, I don't need an estate plan, I don't have a lot of assets, I don't have a lot of wealth, but estate planning, I keep saying this, it's so much more than that. And it's also so much more than just filling out a form and signing it and being done with it. But one of the things that I always think about, especially dealing on the probate side, is once someone passes away, who's left to take care of everything? And with everything else that's going on, trying to deal with all of those necessary details can be a lot for a person or for people. And so what I want you to do is just have an idea of some of the things that go into planning for a funeral or a memorial service for yourself, and take the burden off of that person, your personal representative, whether it's an executor of your will or the administrator of your estate. Take some of the pressure and burden off of that person by listing some of these things down and adding them to your overall estate plan. Some of the things that you may not even be aware of is that, one, you need to make sure you don't make sure of this, but that person, your personal representative of your estate, needs to make sure there's an official pronouncement of your death. And so if you pass away in a hospital, of course, the attending physician will have that. If you're in hospice, your hospice nurse will have that. If 911 had to be called, they would have that. So you have that to deal with. Choosing a location for the funeral program or the memorial service. Choosing a funeral home to do those things that are necessary to get your body ready. So whether that's a burial service or cremation service, but the funeral home is going to be very helpful in helping you obtain or your executor, helping that person obtain a death certificate, an official death certificate, and then kind of go through the process there. Arranging the embalming of the body if there's a burial, or again, arranging the cremation if there's a cremation. Selecting clothes, just something as simple as that. That could be a lot for a person that was close to you, and now they're having to go through your clothes to pick out a suit or a dress or whatever. Wouldn't it be nice to already just say, okay, I like red, so just put something red on me, or here's the outfit I want to be buried in. And I know you don't want to really talk about this with your family. So write it down and let them know where this is written, where it's kept. Deciding on the type of service, where that service is going to be, if you're affiliated with a religious facility, a church or a mosque, or if you're not, where would you like your service to be? Who should be contacted? I know when it kind of tickles me now, but when my mom passed away and I was going through her phone, she didn't save a lot of contacts in her phone because she didn't want to bother with that. And she had a lot of little black books all over the place. So just trying to find all of her address books and then compare numbers with, okay, is this the most recent number for this person? Because they're listed in several different places. But just kind of going through that can be a lot for a person. Choosing the florist if you're going to get flowers. Choosing someone to take pictures, or even what pictures will be displayed. A lot of times at these services, people have a memorial photo display, or they have it during the service. Maybe videos, printing programs, what information should go in an obituary. And there's a published obituary, maybe via a newspaper, the local newspaper, and then there might be a different obituary for the actual service funeral program or memorial service program, setting a date and time for all of that. You know, are you going to feed your guests for after the program? Where is that going to take place? Who's going to prepare the food? Who's paying for all of this? And so there's a litany of things that need to be taken care of. And again, it's a lot of detailed activity. And so why not take some of that burden off of your personal representative, that person that's there to kind of take charge and pick up the pieces and coordinate everything? Why not make it just a little bit easier for that person by planning this out ahead of time? At least making a list of some of your preferences so they have an idea of what needs to be done or what can be done to honor you appropriately. So with that said, I know these are tough decisions, but it's got to get done. So if you love your family, if you have loved ones that you actually love and don't want to put any excess burden on them, then go ahead and make this a part of your plan. Okay, so with that said, as always, I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.